As we continue to ground ourselves to the earth, to reconnect with the earth, and to remember what is most important, we begin in child's pose. Stretching our hands forward, our hips back, we lengthen our chest, opening our heart. Exhale, releasing the chest and forehead back to the earth. We start to move our hips from side to side. You can continue this movement, or if you like, you can start to make big circles sitting back through child's pose, fast or slow. Perhaps you might go back to moving the hips back and forth and move to the other direction, feeling good, bringing joy to the heart through this rotational circular movement with our hands planted firmly. Lengthening up, we release the chest down. Lengthening again, we exhale. This is like a cat and cow movement, undulating through the spine. We remember to release down and bringing one hand to the earth, extending to the sky. Taking it back, twisting behind us. This gives us a little deeper twist as we move through, lengthening up. You can stay lifted or tuck the hand behind you. Lengthening, breathing, and bringing that hand over to meet the other hand as we repeat on the other side. This time we can lift off of the arm to the hand if you like, and breathing, threading through but lengthening up. We're hovering here, threading through, lengthening, breathing, exhale, threading as we hover and lengthening up, pausing. As we thread through, can bring that shoulder to the mat, neck is long, top hand is over the head, and we breathe here for a few breaths. This is a great chest and shoulder opener, especially if you work on the computer all day. As we unthread, we lift to the sky and breathe as we release down, releasing back into our child's pose. Lifting up, exhaling down, undulating the spine once again, reminding ourselves of mobility that we can have in our spine. We give the opposite arm rest on the mat as we lift up to that arm. We move through, hovering, we thread, we exhale, release up. We thread through, we hover, inhale, we release up. Exhale, we thread, lengthening up, breathing here. We pause. And when we're ready, we thread it through, opposite shoulders on the mat, top hand goes over the head. We stay here, we pause for a couple breaths and breathe. Slowly, slowly unthreading through, lifting up and pausing. We breathe, releasing that hand down, walking the hands back towards the body. We place them behind us and lift the chest. You can also have your hands on blocks here if you need. Releasing, bowing. We lengthen, extend, pressing the hands to the earth. Releasing down, pausing, sliding the hands forward. When we're ready, we tuck the toes toward a downward facing dog with movement. I often ask my class to allow the body to do what it wants to do, to not just move back and forth, but to explore all possibilities of movement as you're warming up to the spine. Your movement may not look like mine, and that is fine. Slowly walking the hands back toward the body. We go back to this movement of undulating up, but if you like, you can lift off of the hips here. Pressing down, lifting up, and releasing. Lifting one hand to the sky above you and releasing it down, placing that hand down, lifting up. Doesn't quite matter if you start with the left or the right, as long as both sides are engaged. Lengthening up through once more, sitting down and lengthening up through. This pose opens the heart and allows us to feel even more joy if we let it. Downward facing dog. Even here we can bring mobility to the spine in a downward facing dog action, lifting up through a cat and cow back without moving the feet, without moving the hands. Extending through the right leg, lifting up, bending it back, and giving yourself those beautiful, juicy hip circles that help to awaken the hips and thighs. Slowly bringing that leg through, stepping as you can, preparing yourself to lengthen through the chest, and then extending, both hands lifted through Anjaneyasana. If you like, take a back bend and then go flat back, lengthening up as you inhale and exhale, flat back. Lengthening, inhaling. You can get lost here, just allowing yourself to flow. Exhaling. Maybe the hands come together and open, chest open to the sky. Slowly clasping the hands, lifting to prep, and bowing forward, allowing the hands to fall over the head as we pause here. Releasing the hands and slowly sliding that foot back underneath you, tucking the toes back for your downward facing dog. Moving through those cat and cow motions, lifting through the spine in this downward facing dog action. Inhaling and exhaling as we lift the left leg all the way up. We bend it and start to make those beautiful hip circles, opening through the hips and the thighs. Slowly, we get ready to lengthen through. We pause here to lift the chest, to draw in the belly button, to breathe. And when we feel steady, we slowly lift our hands to the sky. Opening the throat here, we breathe, we lengthen, we extend the hips and we bow forward, flat back, repeating this on the other side. Once you know what to do, you can do more of these or less, seeing how you feel. If your body needs stillness one day, listen to your body. Hands come in prayer. We open the heart to the sky. Clasping the hands, we bow forward with a bent knee, dropping the head down, arms over the head, and breathe. Releasing the hands, lifting the head, slowly sliding that leg underneath us. When you're ready, you can lift the feet to the glutes and drop them to one side if you like. This is a great counter pose, movement through yoga, pressing the hands into the earth, feeling the hips, feeling the thighs, feeling the legs. Now be careful here. If there's any sharp shooting pains in the knees, you want to avoid that. And then we rest in child's pose. Downward facing dog, we breathe, we inhale, we exhale, we lengthen up to the right, bending that knee, gazing up under the right side, grounding the left foot, and slowly extend the right leg to the right side. We take it back, bending to the left, and extend it over to the right. If you need to keep the knee bent here, you can. You slide it through. Lengthening upwards, we breathe. Flat back. Inhale. And now we move to warrior two, arms Right hand in front, we reverse that warrior, lifting up, breathing here. Exhale, we release down to our side angle, modified. Gazing up under that armpit on the left, we release the hands down. This time we extend up through, lengthening on the right. We release down to downward facing dog, lengthening up through the left, bending over to the right. The left leg points over to the left, flexing the toes. We bring it back up. Exhale, releasing to the left. Lengthening all the way up. We breathe. Exhale, stepping through. Lengthening up, we breathe. Anjani Asana, now you know what to do. Moving through flat back, lengthening up, making this like a dance. Perhaps the left hand comes in front here. Reversing as we inhale. And slowly dropping to modified side angle, gazing up under the right armpit. We breathe. We exhale, release, tucking the toes on the right. We extend that left leg all the way to the sky, releasing. Back to hands, knees. Knees, chest, chin, cobra. Exhale, chin to the earth. Lengthening up, undulating through an extended cobra, releasing all the way down and moving through again. Opening the knees, sitting back into a child's pose. And swaying our hips like we did at the beginning of this practice. Knees, chest, chin, cobra. Opening the arms wider than the mat. Here you can start to make some mobility, shoulder movements, moving them back or side to side. Do what feels good. Maybe moving in circles around, lifting up and moving through down close to the mat and breathing one side and the other, dropping each shoulder if you like. Maybe you might want to move through, lifting the legs and the arms and releasing down. With the arms like a star, toes like a star, we grow through this pose. We release it down. We lift up like we're catching air. We release down. Once more, lifting up, flying, catching air. Clasp the hands, locust, breathing, lengthening, releasing. Breathing, extending back through your child's pose. Forehead is on the mat. Arms are extended. We inhale deeply. We exhale. Slowly walking the hands back toward the body. We bring our hands to our heart. Feeling gratitude for balance, beauty, and breath. Grateful to live another day.